Hey, what's shaking YouTube? So, I got some nunchucks here, and you might be asking why. Well, that's because today I'm going to teach you guys how to make some professional, really nice nunchucks for about $5. They're super easy, super cheap. These are just some cheap ones from Chinatown. They're like plastic with foam. They suck. So we're going to make some really good ones. All you're going to need is you're going to need a dowel rod. This is 1 1/4 inch. I got a long one because you're going to use this for both handles. I think this was $1.99 at my local hardware store. You're going to need some jack chain. This stuff is like 79 cents a foot, so you really only need 4, so it's like 10 cents worth. You're going to need a saw. I already had one, so that didn't cost me anything. You're going to need a drill. Also, already had it. You're going to need some type of glue. I'm going to use this all-purpose Loctite 60-second universal glue, but any epoxy, wood glue, anything like that would work. You're going to need some type of marker and a tape measure. And this is going to be, oh, and we need one more thing. You need these screw eye keys. I think I got this pack for, I think, $1.99 also. So $4. All I really had to buy was the chain and this. So I got this all for $5. I had everything else already. But yeah, very, very cheap. And this is going to be custom for you. So it's going to be a little different for everybody. You might know the King of Random, if you haven't seen his YouTube channel, awesome YouTube channel. He did a tutorial in the past how to do this, but it wasn't really the proper way. He did the same, you do the same size for everybody. He measured his 9 inches. Well, we're going to make it to fit you. We're going to measure your arm and make it so the nunchuck is perfect for you. And you'll be able to use it a lot better that way. And it'll be a lot more professional and a lot more like a martial arts feel to it. Okay, so let me adjust the camera a little and we'll get started. Okay guys, so the dowel I picked out was 1 1/4 inch because the diameter of that fits perfectly in my hand. I'm 170 pounds, 5'10", so if you're around that, that's probably a good starting point. But if you have a little bit bigger hands than me, then maybe go up to 1.5 inches in diameter, or go all the way down maybe to 1 inch if you have real small hands. But anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches, depending on your hands, will be fine for yours. Okay, now what I meant by how you got to adjust the length of it. Now, a proper nunchuck, you want the length to be from your elbow to your wrist, to like right where you would wear a bracelet, like right at the joint, not up onto your hand, not under, right at your wrist. Okay, so I already measured mine using just a tape measure. I did this off camera because it's kind of hard to do it on camera, but anyways, mine is 11 1/4 inches. Okay, so that's how long I'm going to cut my dowel. Okay, so I'm going to take my tape measure, really, really simple, and I'm just going to measure 11 1/4, and I'm going to mark it with a marker, okay? This is where we're going to be making our first cut. Don't mark your second one, because what you're going to do is you're going to cut this, and then you're going to put them next to each other on a table, like pretend this wood one is that, and you're going to use it as a stencil, so that way it's perfect the same length. So if you cut the first one slightly shorter or slightly longer, it's not really going to matter, and you'll be able to fix that in a minute. So yeah, I'm just going to be using a handsaw today because I feel like getting a little bit of a workout. And yeah, so let's cut it. Okay guys, so off camera I started the cut. This is where I marked it with the Sharpie. So let me just finish this off, and then I'll show you how you line it up with the other one. So this guy here. Almost there. There we go. Okay, so it's okay too if it's cracked a little, because I'm going to cover mine in tape. But if you're going to paint yours, you're going to want to sand it so it's real nice. Okay, but then all I'm going to do the second one is I'm going to use this one like a stencil. So I'm going to put it like that, just like, right there on there, and I'm going to start the cut so I have a line. So it's going to be just like identical in length to the other one, okay? So that's how I'm going to mark the second one. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut the second one, as well as I'm going to sand the edges so they're flat, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now that they're both the same length and everything, now the next step is going to be drilling a little hole, a pilot hole, to put in our screw. Okay, so, pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to take a real small drill bit. You just want to get this started. If I turn up my drill. The battery's almost dead, but I think it'll make it through this. Okay. This guy. Definitely need to charge that battery. Okay, but a pilot hole is fine. Okay, so now we're gonna take our screw eyes, and I'm actually gonna take a pair of pliers to open this up, and I forgot to grab some pliers. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got it here. I got 2 pairs of pliers, and I'm just gonna kind of pry this apart here, like that, so I can fit my jack chain in there. Now, when you buy your jack chain, you can either cut this with a bolt cutter or a grinder, or you could just have the guy at the hardware store cut it for you. You know, so if you don't have any tools, you're gonna want just have your local guy at the hardware store. If you go to Ace Hardware, Home Depot, wherever you go, you should be fine. Now to close is real simple. I basically just squeeze it with 1 pair of pliers usually. I don't know, this one's a little tougher than last time I did this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use 2 pairs of pliers. Okay, so just do it the same way that you did, the exact same way as you opened it up. And close it right back up. Okay. Okay, see now the chain can't get off there. Once again, I used 4 sections. Now, different people use different stuff sometimes, but I prefer 4. 4 is like the standard, but there is some people who like 5 or 3, so. Also, if you get jack chain, this is standard jack chain, but maybe yours is going to be a little smaller, a little bigger, whatever. Okay, so now I got this just universal glue because it's all I got right now, but probably the best would be wood glue, or maybe even wood glue or like epoxy. So I'm going to put just a little right there. This glue seems to work pretty good though. So far I haven't had any problems with it. Okay, now I'm going to put this on there and just, you know, just basically just screw it into there. It takes a little muscle because, you know, you got that little pilot hole. The pilot hole is basically just so the wood doesn't split. If you need help, you can use your pliers. And then just spin the nunchuck. Now, before I finish it, let me tell you, if you want to, you could just leave it plain wood like this. These look pretty cool like this. Okay, but I'm going to get that in there and as far as I can. And not really let that glue set. Okay, so that's one side done. So now I'm going to put the other screw eye right on here. Do the same thing to the other side, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, now if you wanted to, you could just leave it like that, and that's pretty cool, just having a raw wood pair. But we're going to use some electrical tape because this is very cheap and easy, and it also will hide any of these like imperfections if you care about that. So really, this is just like stupid easy. So we're going to start off just using black, and because black is extremely cheap. And black electrical tape, it was like 70 cents. The orange, I think, was a couple bucks. So I think the electrical tape was the most expensive thing about this whole thing. So then, well, we're just gonna get it on there, and then, you know, just like a hockey stick, just put it on there. I'm just gonna cover. Okay, there we go. Now I got it started. I can do it like this, save some time. For all my hockey players, they've probably seen this before. All my Canadian fans, you know who you are. I'm just doing this real fast. I'm not taking my. If you take your time, you can make it real nice. Come on. Okay, so that's just about done. Now you could put tape. You could like leave the bottom like that, or you could try to like fold the tape over it. Or you could solid fill it with a Sharpie. But I'm gonna put my initials on there. That's what I'm gonna do. DK. Boom. So you can do whatever you want. If you want to, you can just make it all black to match. Now to just give it a little extra flair, we're gonna take some orange. And yeah, I'm gonna rip off a piece for this. I'm just gonna put a stripe. Yeah, I'll do it like there. Scrape right there. Let's try to make it look kind of nice. Oh, come on. Now I'm doing it at the top too. I don't know, good enough. Okay, so yeah, really cool. And then I can take a marker and just do all this top with the marker. I'll blend that in. All right. Yeah, while I'm here, I'm just gonna hit this one too, and then I'll just tape up the other one, and we'll be done. But yeah, I mean, $5. I mean, come on. This is like, everyone should have a wooden weapon on chains for $5. I mean, come on. What are you, crazy? You're not gonna have one of the funnest weapons ever known to man. Don't be silly. Okay, so I'm gonna tape the other one, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys. So just like that, we got a pair of nunchucks, and these are much better. They're the proper length, and yeah, they just feel way nicer. Now, very important, you let that glue dry, because if you're doing certain stuff like flinging them out like that, it's gonna break that free if you don't have glue in there. So very important, use some strong glue. And these are still weapons, so be careful when you're doing this. You are gonna hit yourself when you're first learning this. I'm not very good, but like, you know, I'm just, you know, starting to try to get the hang of these, and I am like hitting myself left and right with these things. So be very careful, but have fun. And yeah, for $5, how could you go wrong? So until next time, I'll see you guys later. And if you guys make some, let me know in comments. If you put them on your Instagram, make sure to tag me. I'd love to see it. So I'll see you guys later.